Goes from melting to boiling, goes from solid to liquid, then gas. For example, solid ice is put on a pan at normal heat and it starts to melt. Then the heat is turned up to a boiling point which turns into gas. Classification of matter includes pure substance, evaporation, separating mixtures, physical changes, distillation, crystallization, filtration, and chromatography. Physical and chemical changes. Physical changes are changes on a substance that do not change the chemical identity of the substance. Chemical change in which one or more substances are
Converted.
Different substances. For example, ice cube and water in a chemical change. Example is a pie. Density is calculated by dividing the mass of an object by its value. For example, oil and water. Atoms. The atom includes electron, valence electrons, isotope, and ion. Example, neon.
Ion and isotopes.
Ion and isotopes. Ion is an atom with a net electric charge due to the loss or gain of one or more electrons. Isotopes in each of two or more forms of the same element that contain equal numbers of protons but different numbers of neutrons in their nuclei.
Electron configurations. Think of it like a home address. It can show where every electron is located in the atom. Periodic table. The periodic table arranges elements in a table form. The periodic table explains atomic mass, which period and which group is located, etc. Elements organized in metals and nonmetals and metalloids are in group. Periodic trends. Periodic trend includes ionization, energy, electronegativity, atomic radius, and metallic luster characters. Ionic bonding. An ionic bond is the attraction between two oppositely charged ions. An ionic bond occurs when a metallic element reacts with a non-metallic. The atoms gain and lose electrons, respectively. Covalent bonding. Covalent bonds are formed when two atoms share electrons. The electrons are shared at the same time by the atoms. It happens when two nonmetals react, then they share electrons, forming the molecular bond, or also known as a covalent bond.
Naming and rating ionic compounds. Ionic compounds include metal and nonmetals. When you have a metal and a nonmetal, the name of the nonmetal ends in ITE. For example, ammonium sulfate compound. Naming and rating ionic compounds with transition metals. If metal is transitioned, the charge on the metal must be indicated using Roman numerals in parentheses. The charge is a subscript on the nonmetal, then just follow the naming. Naming and rating ionic compounds with polyatomic ions. First, you write down the symbol of the metal and its oxidation number. Then write the symbol of the nonmetal or polyatomic ion and its oxidation number. Next, swap and drop oxidation and place a subscript, removing the signs. If charges are the same, they cancel out. No subscripts, but if not, swap and drop. Nitrate ion NO3 contains one nitrogen atom and 3 oxygen atom as the example. Naming and rating covalent compounds. The ending will be IDE. Do not add mono to the first name. The O or A at the end of a prefix is dropped when element begins with vowel. Prefix is written as a subscript. If no prefix, it means the number is 1, which is not written in a formula. Example, CO, which is carbon monoxide, SO3, sulfur trioxide, N2O4, the nitrogen tetroxide. VSEPR theory. Valence shell electron pair repulsion allows us to predict the shape of molecules to better learn their properties. There are 8 molecular geometries, which are linear, bent, trigonal, bipyramidal, tetrahedral, seesaw, and octahedral. For example, a steric number of 3 gives a trigonal planar electronic shape. Types of reactions. There are 5 types of reactions: synthesis, decomposition, combustion, single replacement, and double replacement. Synthesis creates new molecules. Decomposition breaks down molecules. Combustion produces carbon dioxide and water. Single replacement replaces an element in a compound. Double replacement switches places to create two new compounds.
Nuclear chemistry. The strong nuclear force holds the nucleus. It is 100 times stronger than the electric force. Nuclear radiation occurs when an isotope is unstable. An example of nuclear chemistry is making a bomb.